We were talking about the Baptists.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was raised Baptist, and I went to an all boys Catholic school. I was raised around Southern Baptist. I'm sorry, Southern Baptist. Well, well we just called it Baptist because there wasn't really, fucking. I was born in '93. No one fucking said Southern Baptist back then. I don't think, or at least we didn't. But Southern Baptist. I raised Southern Baptist in the church every Sunday since I can remember. I have memories of going to True Vine Baptist Church, 8,000 North Johnson Street in New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm from New Orleans. Big fucking whoop. But I also went to an all boys Catholic school, St. Augustine High School. My 7th and 8th grade years. And part of 7th grade, Hurricane Katrina, and then came back for 8th grade. Grew up around religions, and I got a taste of Catholic religion because St. Augustine High is a Catholic school, and we had mass every Wednesday. And so I'm no novice. I'm not talking out of my ass, but I've seen, and just to show you, because like where I come from, at least a lot of people that were in my church, were ex gangbangers, drug addicts, murderers, thugs, hookers, all kind of people who, excuse me, all kind of people who, just life treated them, here's what I'm saying. Sometimes life deals you a hand of cards, and you just gotta work with whatever hand you got dealt. They used to go in the shirt, by the way. Anyway, yeah, it's just life has dealt people, and sometimes people just can't deal with the hand that they got dealt. The cards get cut, and they get, and they get whatever they get. And sometimes, for some people, that's not enough. And for some people, it's too much. Simple as that. And I remember there was this one guy in church, and I remember him distinctly because he only had 3 fingers on one hand. And it wasn't until it had to be. It wasn't until I had known this man since I was like a kid, and I don't think it was until I was maybe 13, 14 years old I finally, mustered up the balls to ask my granddad, why does that man only have 3 fingers? And he said, because he got them blown off. Like, well, how did he get them blown off? Well, that man right there has been in jail his whole life for killing people. Just, and the same guy, and I can only imagine how he was, but who he is now, he's in the church catching the Holy Ghost and all that shit. And it just behooves me, because I guess when you get to that low point, when you are one of those kinds of people, and you can no longer like hold yourself up with your own inner strength, then you turn to shit like religion. And I'm not saying it's like bad or nothing like that, but I'd imagine it was something along the same lines of why he turned to a life of crime, because he was at a low point. He didn't have the stability to keep himself up. Like a lot of people turn to crime, drugs, all kinds of shit, because they're at a low point. They're depressed, their wives broke up with them, their child's dying, someone they know or love is dying, all kinds of shit. They have, and most recently, a lot of them motherfuckers have student loans to pay. So, people do shit out of desperation. And sometimes the desperation is immediate, sometimes it's prolonged. I was fucking desperate at one point in my life. I ain't number 19 years old, man. I'm not gonna confess anything that would incriminate me. But you know, I've been desperate several times in my life, but I ain't never, you know, I've always I was always able to keep my ground. And I think that there are people put in this world to endure, and people that are put in this world to not endure. So the people that are enduring take notice, so they can continue to endure. You know, because I'm a firm believer in leading by example. Like if I see some, like I was always the type of person. Like, like if I saw somebody do something wrong, I was never the type. Oh, I'm gonna do that and see what happens if I try it. Like if they fuck up, I probably won't if I tried it, but I'm not gonna try it because they fucked up. Like if I see somebody doing wrong, then I'm not gonna do the same thing they did. Lead by example. You know, that's another part of morality that I believe. Leading by example. A lot of people are so stubborn and hard-headed, you know, especially, I'm not even going to say women, that's a whole nother video. Whole other video. But, you know, people are stubborn. People want to be like, oh, you know, just because you experience something one way doesn't mean I'm going to experience the same. That might very well be true, or it can be completely false, you know, but you never know. But it's never a wise decision. If 100 people fuck up before you, why would you go and do the same thing that 100 people fucked up at, even if you succeed at it? Find something different. If you fall off the horse, don't get the fuck back on it. Go back to the stable and get another horse. What's so hard about that? If I put this hat on 100 fucking times a day and it's all bent in and shit, I'm not gonna put the hat back on 101 times. Stop. That's what I think is wrong with a lot of humans. If you keep, we only see one way. You know, if I told somebody to go through that door, what's the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna go put their hand on the knob and twist and pull. Well, what if the door is locked? Then what? Now you're locked in a room. People are gonna panic. You're gonna panic because you're locked in a room and you're trying to get through the door. Better yet, if I put a gun, no, you know what? No, not even that. Not even if I put a gun to your head. Just if that door was locked, how else are you gonna get to the door? You can go through it, break it the fuck down. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be more vague. Can you just turn the camera and see that and put it to that door right there? That door right there. Let's just say that it's not. Let's just say get to the other side of that. Not even through the door necessarily. People, again, will try to twist the hand, twist the knob and go through the door, realizing that there's a wall here. If that door is locked, you can always go to that wall, open the window, go around. You know, people need to stop being so linear-minded. You know, if I say put this hat on, people are gonna fucking, I said put it on. It could have been fucking here. The hat is now on me, is it not? Fucking. I'm just saying, man. Like, people need to open their mind. Like, even though I fucking hate Batman, be like him. There's always a way out. There's always another way. Nothing in life is set in stone. I mean, I hate that sometimes, but nothing in life is set in stone. There's always multiple ways of doing something. Like, always. Usually no matter what it is.